Hi guys.
Hi, Vishal.
Hi Sonia. How you doing?
Very well. Are you setting up?
I'm here. Let's go.
All right. So we'll just wait for another 2 minutes and get the latecomers come in.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. The problem is that I'm outside, as you can
Yeah.
see, and
Yeah.
yeah, a little battery weak. So we have a good 20-25 minutes. So let's start
Okay.
and capitalize on it, if that's
Okay.
all right.
Then let's just
Yeah.
start. Then
Let's go. Let's go.
yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go. All right. People will come.
Hi, everybody.
Vishal, just can you reduce the headspace a bit? Yeah. There you
I'll
are.
try. Yeah. Okay. Is that good?
या नहीं हीरो को अच्छे से देखना होता है ना ऐसे थोड़ी ना
Acha, acha, acha. I'm
हाँ
just gonna.
या
I'll just stand and do this. Yeah. ठीक है.
hmm are you in the
Okay. Let's.
mountains
No. I'm actually at a turf. We had a little
अच्छा
bit of a match, a tennis match today, and
ah
that's why. So just a little disturbed, but here I am.
all right so everybody whether you have your cameras on or off doesn't matter but hear out this conversation it is extra special because of two reasons that I love to explain. One, of
Yeah.
course, Vishal Malhotra, who doesn't know if you watch television, if you ever had anything to do with Disney, you couldn't have missed Vishal. Right, so that's Vishal right here is going to talk about a lot of things. I've had very long conversations with Vishal, and I'm sure we can't do justice to everything that he has in mind for in a brief call today, but we are going to try and get the best of it. Okay, the second reason that it makes it very special for Vishal to be here is because he's not just an artist but a very budding entrepreneur, an extremely amazing risk taker in a non-conventional space. The spaces that we all get used to, of course we get used to taking risk there, but he's the one who is forayed into NFT as a single-handed person, not with any bigger names behind him, neither with any bigger resources, but just because he wants to figure it out how it works and make it work, right? So our conversations are going to be from, of course, the celebrity, but also the entrepreneur that he is and the vision that he has. So, Vishal, heartiest welcome to Malhar Film Festival. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sonia. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and thank you for such a beautiful introduction.
I could have gone on and on, you know that, but just for the
Thank,
time capacity, I am controlling myself.
thank you, and I have equally good things to say about you. So for everybody out here, I met Sonia while I was in Dubai, and it was a beautiful meeting. We had a lovely cup of coffee, and we discussed so many things. I was there for a Web3 event, and Sonia was one of the lovely people that I met, and I'm so excited about everything that she's working on, and the passion that with which you're involved with Malhar is absolutely infectious, and I had to be here. So thank you so much, Sonia, and everybody here for having me.
Awesome. So, jumping straight into the conversation, Vishal, this is our Malhar community. It's been phenomenal. We reached 56 countries, and there have been phenomenal amount of 1,000 plus films that have come into Malhar. And we couldn't be more heartless. So we had to screen 300 films. We would have had to become like real crusaders if we had to go beyond that. So there are 300 films getting screened at this year, and they are further going to get into distribution. And of course, like we are figuring out what is the other way to protect a creator, what is the other way to protect an IP, to bring in transparency into the system, and that's all, which is the backbone of Malhar. So, we will get to your journey for sure, but my first question to you is what made you get into NFT?
Just inquisitiveness, more than anything else. I'm a sucker for innovation. I'm a sucker for trying out new things, and it seemed like my passions were combining and kind of aligning itself in a place where I just couldn't give it a miss. Uh, Art is my passion in the form of performing. That's acting, creating, music, uh, and actual visual art. And of course, to learn about new technologies. And then the combination of both was something which really excited me a lot. And that was one of my biggest reasons. Besides that, just the absolute freedom that it promised, um, of no censorship, of no involvement with the others, kind of, how do I say this, imposing their point of view on your art, right? That liberation, that absolute freedom to do that, is something which really excited me. And that's basically the primary reason of me getting tremendously excited about something which at that point I didn't know much about. And I, I will not boast or lie by telling you that I know much more, or there are so many people who know a lot more about it. But it excited me enough to kind of take a risk. And well, why was it a risk? I was never doing it for the money. It was basically it never stopped me from jumping into something which I was so excited to do. Yeah, that's the reason why NFTs, and that's why NFTs started from. And you're on mute.
Sorry. So, so what Vishal has done in the NFT space is actually the first from India. Let's keep the first away. We have prejudices about these words. The point is that when you do something for the first time, you don't have a support system, you don't know how the game works, right? So what the only thing that I really want everybody to address is that there is a huge amount of risk that anybody who goes for something the first time takes, right? So let's listen to who this person is. Why is he such a risk taker? Vishal, what's your journey?
uh, my journey has been, I've been full of gratitude actually. um, I was going the conventional path of following certain passions of academics. I was a decent student. I was good at extracurricular, but I was always extrovert. I loved the dramas, I loved the arts. Followed that, but at that time in life, in India, it was pretty much decided that one would go for either engineering or become a doctor or go into, at that time, a new field called computer science. And a lot of my friends who were exceptionally brilliant academically, closest friends, were doing that. So I was on that same path, uh, following the herd. When I got an opportunity on a call from Disney, Walt Disney, and they spotted me missing classes in my college, where I was standing with a friend of mine, and we were having this lovely jazz sandwich on Lincoln Road in Bandra. And this beautiful girl comes up to me, and mind you, not a lot of women spoke to me or give me much attention at that time in my life, and not to say that they do now also, but just the fact that somebody came up to me and she said, "Hi, we're looking for the face of a certain channel, a certain organization, and and you fit the bill, and we were wondering if you'd come and audition for it." Uh, and I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that," without asking any more questions, just from the fact that I'm going to get her phone number, which I did. And it wasn't even her. It wasn't even her phone number. It was a number for the organization. So as soon as she left, my friend says, "Vishal, what is an audition?" I said, "I have no idea. I have no idea." But I jumped into it. I went for the audition the next day. I got the job, and the organization and the place that I became the face of was Walt Disney, the biggest entertainment company in the world. So that's how my journey started. I didn't even know that I had the acting chops in me, besides a few drama roles which I did in school. Primarily, I was very good at playing a eucalyptus tree, much like this one here. So yes, I was pleasantly surprised, and that's how my journey started as an actor. It was well accepted, and once it was well accepted by the main judge and jury, which is the audience, I started getting a lot more work as an actor. So I went on to do shows like Hip Hip Hooray. My first film was Ishwish, Jannat, Christmas Connection. I hosted the IPL, and it's been a great ride. It's been 27 years, and I don't know where it went. And uh, here I am. So grateful, as I said. And I've always been one who's actually literally jumped into the deep end,
Hmm.
um, but taken the calculated risk by jumping into the deep end with some kind of a floating device. Um, so it's not always a risk without thought.
Hmm.
And that's what I tell my daughter also, who's all of 8, that take the risks in your life, but have that calculated risk. In this
Hmm.
stage of her life, that little that little web hopefully is me and her mother. But
Vishal, gone on
but
mute.
oh,
Yeah,
I don't know
back,
how that happened.
back, back, back,
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, it was a calculated risk, and that's exactly how my journey started as an actor.
You using words like calculated risk in the world of entertainment? Wow.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that no matter what field you are in, there is a level of risk which can be calculated.
Wow.
Of course, the very fact that it's an oxymoron, right? Calculated risk, but
Yeah.
but there is. So whatever is in your hands. So when I mean risk, it came from the fact of jumping into something which I was not educated about.
Hmm.
For example, I was not trained. I was not a trained actor.
Right. Yeah.
But that was the calculated risk of trying to become an actor without the
Hmm.
training and getting the training on field,
Hmm.
on job.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the calculated risk of it.
Got
So
you. Right. So you're saying that moving in with awareness, you're moving into new terrains, but doing your own research about who I need to be, what I need to do at your own level. Because, of course, nobody will always have everything at their disposal from day one. But calculation means, like you said, that not a trained actor, but knowingly getting into acting and hence doing whatever it takes to be the actor. Right?
trusting your instincts, trusting
Hmm.
your instincts to the best that you can, and then
Hmm.
following that lead. And
Beautiful.
at the end of the day, once you've taken that risk, the results are what tell you whether you've taken the right risks or not,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. And
just a little point that if my phone goes off, I'm going to
yeah,
reconnect from another number, and it'll
sure.
take all of 2 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah,
No problem. No problem.
thank you. Yeah.
So, so considering that your starting itself was accidental,
Mhm.
it's a chance discovery, and then
Yeah,
you haven't looked back. And 27 years is a lot of time. Lot
it
of
is.
time for somebody to sustain, grow, constantly exist, and also have. Also, what happens is coming from a space like that, we also stop playing the larger games at certain point because there could also be an insecurity to lose a lot more because
Yep.
you've built it, right? But
Yes.
that doesn't seem to be happening for you. You're still that curious person. You're still that person who's saying what else, right? Now that you've gotten into the space of web 3 where everybody is still finding their own processes, the film that you created, which has gone into the NFT route, Vishal, what has been the reaction? Like you said, the results tell things, right? So what have been the reactions so far?
So it hasn't released to the public yet,
Okay.
but I've shown it to a lot of prominent people from my film industry, from the television field, from the media,
Hmm.
near and dear ones. And you have to show the film when you're trying to sell it to a broadcaster,
Right.
right? And those guys are ruthless because they're putting their money, right?
Right.
They're the broadcasters.
Right.
So I'm just I'm just so full of gratitude to say that they've absolutely everybody has unanimously given a thumbs up to the
Wow.
film.
Wow.
So I have to say one of my observations with this is that uh, it's not really important to them that it is funded in a certain manner, that it's historic in nature. That comes later in the marketing aspect of this.
Right.
What they are looking at is from a broadcaster's point of view, does it have content which is going to be something which is going to touch people, which is
Right.
going to create emotions, which is going to create reactions, right?
Right.
And from that point of view, the reaction has been stupendously great. which has
Wow.
given me so much confidence to jump into my next project as a filmmaker and a
Hmm.
writer, right?
Hmm.
So yes, I feel that, but I feel cautiously confident
Hmm.
that once this film is out there for the public to watch,
Mm-hmm.
um, the reaction is going to be good. Well, there's always going to be naysayers, and
That's true.
there's always going to be people who have a different opinion, which I
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
But I know that I've been very, very honest in this process. I have done everything to the best of my ability with full earnesty, honesty, dedication, and passion
Yeah.
and joy. That's the biggest word, joy. Just to be on that floor saying the words roll camera action and directing my actors, it's like finding a calling.
Hmm.
27 years, as you noticed, in this world of TikTok and Instagram reels, where the retainership of one's mind and attention is limited to the first 3 seconds, literally the first 3 seconds. To be able to be blessed to be sustaining for 27 years and to be a working actor and a working filmmaker is is a miracle, because it's
Absolutely.
not like I planned this.
Yeah.
So I'm just full of gratitude for this journey, and I hope this is a new chapter, because that's what it's supposed to be, right? There's no
Right.
retirement age here.
Yeah. So, considering that the audience that we have here at Malhar, they're all independent creators, just
Yes,
like you,
I'm aware.
right?
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so for the hi Aisha and Sarah, Vishal is outdoors, so pardon the internet that it is going to be a little patchy. If there is
Is it?
any for some people, yes, I'm okay, I'm hearing you properly, but some people in the audience are saying it's not too clear, but it's not going to be absolutely. Oh, okay, you were suggesting to Sarah. Okay. Sa- Sarah, you can maybe, yeah, rejoin,
Sarah's
uh
here. Hi,
but it's
Sarah.
a
You remind me of my friend's mother,
Hi
and I
everyone.
thought it was you. For a
And
second, I was like,
I know you are out, but the kids may be playing and game, and the sound is so
you
yes.
Sarah, you need
lots
to
of
uh,
kids.
focus. You need to focus from Iran to India. You need to have like a really nice zoom lens right now and hear what
yes,
Vishal is saying.
yes.
No, but in the next 10 to
Thank you.
15 minutes, I will be in a quieter place if you're still
Okay,
on. And
sure.
hi, Angad. Hi, Kritika. Hi, Mukesh ji. How are you? And hi, Surmaya. I'm just seeing Divs, um, Upsana, Akash, Avya, Jenny, Tejasvi, Preeti, Vidya, Suleiman, Kritika, Manmeet, Xavier, Ravi, Nancy, Saxena, Vikram, Aisha, Chimes, Shilpa, Ashish. Oh, wow, that's amazing. What lovely people here. Hello to everybody.
Hello to
So
everybody,
once,
even though you have not switched on your cameras. Very bad.
Hi Vishal.
yeah,
Hi
yeah.
Vishal.
Hi guys. Hi, Uncle. So yeah, and there's another plane going by. So I'm sorry. I apologize for the sound, but and even my phone is going to go off. So I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna go to a quieter place. I
Yeah,
promise.
yeah, we shall do that. We'll hang in here, so then you're stable and we don't disconnect in the middle of a conversation. Why don't you just move to the another device? We'll
Okay.
wait for you
So
right here.
that would take about 15 minutes. Is you okay with that, or can we
That
continue now till it goes off?
do you have battery?
I do right now for
Okay,
another
cool.
5-10 minutes. So if
Sure.
it goes off, then I'll definitely join back in from the
Okay.
other device.
All right.
Is that
Okay.
okay? I hope that's fine.
That's fine. Totally fine. So Vishal, I was saying that considering that everybody is an independent creator here, uh, and then you've already done what we have been suggesting them to do, right? Could you briefly take us through the process that you went through, considering that of course your objective was to reach a place of ownership, transparency, having a complete control of the content that one creates. That's what one is aiming for. But what did you do? How was the process? What does anybody else has to do to make that happen?
So, firstly, something very interesting that the journey, that moment of turning from wanting to do something for so long and then doing it, right? You know, from wanting to make a film for so long, and then it just happens and you become that filmmaker, right? It's too new for me to kind of turn around and tell anybody how I feel about it, honestly, if that makes any sense. But my journey has been simplistic. I knew that I wanted to make a film. I love writing. I love writing. And I had written a couple of scripts. I still have a few more. And this one just fit the bill. Um, what I did was I was very conscious about the fact that I have this much money. So the way it went in this process with the NFTs is that I started selling NFTs back in June in 2022. And whatever NFTs I'd made since then, I knew the valuation of the earnings I'd made thus far. And then I knew that I wanted to sell a few more NFTs. And if I made money out of those two, I would have the exact budget available for me. So keeping that in mind, I already knew the amount of monies I had. Now, keeping that in mind, I had a script which was absolutely perfect economically liable for this kind of a budget. So when these two, the most important parts, according to me, in my process is does does uh, does the monies enable my creative message, right? In this case, the script. When I found that match, from then on, it was easy flowing because my advice to myself and nobody else would be that always make sure that first you have your monies ready and then match it to the script. Never get into a project thinking, oh, the remaining 25% will come, so let me start this. That doesn't work because God willing, it will come, but there are so many more finer details which require a lot of attention. I think, Mukeshji, if I may request you to get into mute because,
Yeah.
sorry about
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. So don't, this is just me saying this to myself that I would never jump into a project till I'm 100% or 120% funded for that film. Now, I know that sounds, it's a dream, but make a film according to the budget plus 20%. Because there are so many finer details that one doesn't realize that you're going to be doing, which are nuances which don't come into the gamut of making films. And you don't, as a producer and a director of a film, you don't have the liberty to say, no, this is not in my gamut of responsibilities. You have to get that work done. So in my case, there were a few surprises, but those surprises were outside the realm of filmmaking and I had to deal with it. And at various points, I had a choice, which was should I abandon this process and solve that problem and then get back to it? But sense prevailed. And another thing which I learned in my journey is that you have to have blinders. It's once you jump into this process, you got to finish your film. You got to finish the process of filming, right? You have to. And why I'm being specific about finishing your process of filming is because then you can take a breather and get into your editing process. There's more control when you are finished your filming, according to me, right? So the three stages, according to me, would be, of course, script writing, proofreading that script, making sure that you're clear about it, and 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 I don't think I'll ever have 100% satisfaction to a script and lock a script. Even today, when I see my film for the 100th time, I say, if I just tweak this a little bit, and then I irritate my sound guy or I irritate my editor, and they're really fed up with me. But and I think that's going to go on. That's going to go on even tomorrow once the film releases. I mean, done and dusted. I'm still going to look at it one day and I'm going to say, yeah, if I could just. And the film is only 30 minutes, right? But so my experiences of that as an actor, yes, I've experienced being in films which are big budgets, which are films which are 2 hours, in certain cases 2.5 hours. But it's a very different perspective. Once again, feel really blessed to have experienced it from both points of view. And my experience as an actor and being on set for the last 26, 27 years was the biggest learning that I could have ever achieved. No film school, no formal training would have given me this preparation, and that I say with humble confidence, right? Being an actor myself allowed me to direct my actors, and also I was very, very clear in my mind that I'm not going to act for them. You see, when an actor becomes a director, And I had the absolute honor of having an interaction with the late Mr. Devanand at an earlier stage in my career, where he had offered me a film which for some reason I was not able to be a part of, but it led to lovely conversations, and I was much younger. And he said, if ever you become, I see the fact that you're interested in becoming, and you will make a film one day, whether you make one or whether you make 20, whether it's successful but you will make it one day. And when you do that, don't impose your acting abilities on your actors. And those were golden words. So I did find myself very conscious of that, but yet I found myself going into a place where I was acting for them and I had to hold myself back. And I had instructed my assistant director, my associate, that if I do that, just bring it to my notice.
Hmm.
And that helped in a very, very big way, because then they would be doing a Vishal,
Yeah.
but they would not be doing an Ishan or a Kishan or a Rahat or a
Yeah.
all the other actors.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of what they do.
Yeah.
So you know, to concise it, that's what I did. That's how it happened. And
Right.
improvisation is a huge aspect of filmmaking, which I'm sure everybody out here is very aware of. You go very well prepared for a day of shoot, A to B structure, even right up to the dolly movements, up to the zoom lenses, everything. But I realized that you have to adapt. You have to adapt with the mood of the actor, the mood of the moment, the weather, um, all these things. And I'm not talking about weather in the sense of expecting a sunny sky and you have a cloudy sky. No, that's basic. That changes the color. But if the temperature is a little cooler, if the winds are blowing and it's making you feel in a different way, it's amazing how all these things can kind of turn around and contribute to a scene.
Absolutely. Uh, Vishal
ज्यादा बात
also,
कर रहा हूँ ना मैं ज्यादा बात कर रहा हूँ I think.
आप तो सुनने के लिए आए हैं ज्यादा नहीं बोल रहे हो सुनने के लिए है सारे लोग नो नो आई मीन सी इट्स ऑल अबाउट everybody's own journey and everybody's own learning, and we are all very similar yet very different people, so there is so much to learn from what might just sound like same old, but it's never same old. So there's something that we all are picking up. See,
Yeah.
like, I mean, all, yeah. So I before I get into the next round, let me just read out the comments for you. So
कितनी
Vishal,
गालियां आ रहे हैं.
Aisha is saying, Vishal, this is just wow. My entire childhood just got reincarnated. Seeing from Disney to Malhar session, I was not expecting that. I'm feeling really bad that I'm not in a space to open the mic and camera. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Aisha. Uh, Javier is saying, such an interesting guy and speech. Yeah, interesting guy. All right. So, Mr. Interesting Guy, the
Mr.
other,
Interesting.
that's your new one. Acha,
That's nice. I
so,
like it.
hi, right, Mr. Interesting Guy. We'll do that now. Okay. So, as an you did crowdfunding through the NFT route. Is that
That's right. That's
right?
right.
So, how does that
Simplify
work?
that.
Yeah, you said that
Yeah.
have
So
120% of your funding, right? I'm imagining that that's what you did. You got your 100 or 120% through the crowdfunding, right? So can you just help the creators go through that process? That how does it work? How do you do that?
let's get away from the NFT angle. Okay.
Okay,
Let's say that
sure.
we have a product. Let's say we have a product, any product that we manufactured, um, and which we have ownership on, right? So, for example, let's say we make a piece of art, not as an NFT, but just a normal, put a pen down or paintbrush on paper and make something. And you make the first one and it sells. You make a little money, you keep it. Then you make a second one, your third one, your fourth one, and then you make many. And you keep collecting that money from that. And ultimately, you have enough money from the sales of that art, those various art pieces that you made as an artist, and then you use that money to fund the film, right? It's as simple as that. Now you replace that actual art with NFTs, right? And that's how somebody just got a wicket.
Realized.
So yeah, the real passion. But yes, so that's as simple as it was. I began my journey by collaborating with lots of artists. So uh, in that case, we had a clear system that whatever revenues we would get, we would share it. So they took their share and they went off, and I kept my share, and they did what they wanted, what their share, and with my share of the money, and with the NFTs that I sold on my own also, uh, in the future, right up till a while ago, I decided to take that funding and that money that I'd earned from there, converted into rupees, and paid a lot of tax on it, and then took that money, and that money was substantial enough for me to make the film.
Wow.
That's the basic process. It's very simplistic.
Hmm.
Uh, it's very simplistic. It's and the other process would be going to friends and relatives and corporate houses and saying, "Hey, this is my film. I'd like to make it." My process was a little more self-reliant, where I turned around and made a product, sold it, and then I could have made cricket bats, I could have made tennis rackets, I could have made anything. So I make something, I sell it, and with the earnings of that money, I decided that I want to make a film.
Perfect.
That's how I crowdfunding this one.
Guys, any questions on that? Any questions so far? Jump in. Send them in the chat. Don't unmute, please. But just send in the chat. Anything about the process, about the dreams and the aspiration, anything coming to your mind for Vishal? Let's have it here. Shalpa is saying, I remember your Vicky and Vital. Yes.
Uh, as I said, been blessed to be a part of uh, some really classic shows.
Yeah.
I'm still involved with Disney, and I love that. So
Wow.
it's been passed on. It's been passed on from generation to generation, because when I used to do Disney about 26, 27 years ago, I started my career from there. Those same kids have grown up with me and now have become parents, and so they make their children sit down and say, "Hey, look, we used to watch this guy," and I just feel blessed that those kids are also taking a liking to me. So this is nothing but, you can't plan these things,
Yeah.
and I take absolutely ridiculously low amounts, or anything of responsibility for it, or the credit for it, because it just has to happen. It will happen.
Yeah. So Divs, I believe that's Divya, but Divs is asking, so it's a long process, like you need to have sub products and then you route it for the final product, right, sir?
Sorry, I don't understand what that means.
Neither do I.
But I'll
So
just repeat it. It's simplistic. It's basically, in my case, I had NFTs. I was selling it for a while, since June last year, and my share of the money, I kept saving it, and then I decided that when I had enough
okay, there he'll rejoin. So Divs, do you want to, by the time he comes back, do you want to explain your question a little better? Hitesh is saying, actor who also writes screenplays, any advice on them on how to approach production company? Okay, this is let him answer. But knowing his process, knowing what Vishal did with the film, uh, what we want to bring to you guys is that when you start owning certain NFTs and the value of those NFTs increases, that's your money. That's what you're earning, right? And this is totally your money. You're not answerable to anybody. Like it's not like it's like a share in the market and you have that share, so you leverage that. So this money that you make goes towards, you could have, like you said, I could have used it for buying a tennis bat or anything, but use it for making the film, right? So first two things, one is that investing on nfts is an open market. There are obviously several ways to do your due diligence of, like how which nft would grow, which is a good creator or the brand to bet upon, standard logical things to work upon, all that. And then when you have a couple of nfts and their values increases, you start in cashing them. The idea is to do your pre-planning. Then what Vishal also did was crowdfunding his film, which typically means, I'm not sure exactly of how he did like day to day practice, but what it means and what we as Malhar really want to bring to your attention as knowledge is that you create a pitch for your firm, so it could be a website, it could be a landing page, and you say, this is my subject, this is the story that I want to tell, this is how it will impact other people, this is the kind of money that I want to raise, right? Like a crowdfunding platform, any which way, is just that this crowdfunding is happening on Web3. Now, there is obviously a difference. The way the Web3 and the other crowdfunding platforms work is, you'll have to give a commission to the crowdfunding platform if you were to do it in the traditional sector, right? And then there are different rules that if you raise the entire money that you had committed for, then only you get the money, and various combinations like that, right? None of that happens in Web3. You say that I want to raise this. If you're able to raise, if people, buy your token to that, or they buy your NFT, it's all your money. The whole point is to not have intermediaries, people in the mediating thing, because that is where the control goes away, right? So you have a way, we all have a way on Web3 to keep making our pitch better of the thing. You're a newbie producer, how can NFT help me to get funds? Repeat the arranging funding part, right? So one is that there are tons of NFTs in the world. Okay, look for the NFTs, look for the ones which look like they are increasing in their value. This is where our eyes as a investor needs to start building in, that okay, this looks like an art which could grow, this looks like a creator who is going to do a lot of things to make sure their art gets pushes, so it's good to back up the creator, right? Like the person who has created that NFT is also like you and me, who's trying to create their own NFT tomorrow, right? So what is it that you're going to look for? NFT in itself doesn't do anything, like art in itself doesn't do anything, it's the people behind it, right? So I would say back up the people, right? So whoever has created that NFT, go study about them, how much are they into it, how long have they been into it, what is the other things that they do, ask them questions, interact with them, build your trust into them. And whichever ones you have, you buy those NFTs are available at like peanut cost to very, very good cost. So you look at what your budget and risk taking appetite is. Now you own these. At any point when its value starts to increase and you need the money, you can sell these NFTs, right? So that's how you get the money. You bought it in $1, you sell it for $3, $2, your own money. Whichever country you are in, taxes and stuff, do the calculation, but that's your money, right? That's one way. The second way is, if you want to fund your own firm, you have a firm, then it's a pitch. So you make a landing page, a link tree, a website, any medium that you can share with people. There you go about, okay, this is the film that I'm trying to make, this is the story, this is why I want to tell the story. Once I tell the story, this is how it's going to impact, whichever way you look at impact. It's going to impact young people, it's going to impact people who are into drugs, it's going to impact environment, it's going to impact migrants, whatever, whichever way your story is directed. That, so basically enroll your audience into supporting you before the film is made. You could use video, sounds, clips, pre-prod, anything that you want, right? And now when you do that, then you say, if you want to support me, then buy my NFT, right? And so for this film, you create a piece of art. It could be the poster of your film, which is what people who win at Malhar this year, their posters will be converted into NFT by us once we have your consent. We will obviously not create NFTs without consent. So we are sending out communication to everybody to give in your consent. If the film wins and if we have the consent, then those NFTs will be created. Now use these NFTs, club it up with a page which talks about what the film is going to be and everything, and then people start buying your NFTs, and that's where you're raising funds, right? No middleman, nobody involved. The only middleman is the taxation, which again is not different. It's not going to change every other day. It is what it is. So if there is a 30% taxation, we know it's a 30% taxation. So build your amount accordingly. If you need $100 and it's going to be 30% tax, put the money accordingly so that after tax also you have enough to produce. And like Vishal said, a little extra, definitely go for it, not under. Yes, it is. Yes, Aisha, it is similar to stocks in the company. Absolutely. It's just that the stocks are on Web 2 or offline model, and the tokens and NFTs is all blockchain Web 3. Yeah, I know it's been a bouncer to me also. I right now it might seem that I know some stuff, but that is after reading a lot, after listening to a lot, and still it's a lot of gray area. And that's exactly what we're doing at Malhar, is learning it together. So everybody who got shortlisted in Malhar got an NFT. Why? Because we just wanted you to get used to the process of creating a wallet. That itself is the biggest road to cross. That why should I create a wallet? What's the risk of creating a wallet? It's a it takes time for us to do, for every all of us to do that. So now everybody who has an NFT already have a wallet. Now you're ready, you sorted. You just go to a NFT platform like an OpenSea or wherever, and you can start shopping. Right? Put your funds in it, do your shopping, and there you go. Sure, Aisha. And my team is way more pro than I am, but that's exactly what we are here for. Please keep connecting. Whatever we know, we'll share, and rest we'll figure together. Right? So that's what Vishal has also done. He's his own film, which is a short film of 30 minutes. He crowdfunded, and then it's about to release. And once it releases, that's the future of any film. Okay, there he is. Awesome. Perfect timing. Do you guys see? What an amazing timing. I didn't have to speak another word. Vishal, come on in. Can't hear you if you're speaking.
Yeah. Can you all hear me?
Better.
Much better. All right. And I'm also in a little bit of a quieter place.
Yeah,
Right.
no, this is good.
So, firstly, please excuse me for that dropping out.
No, we use the time to just do a little more general conversation about how NFTs work and
Right.
how, what does it mean to buy NFT, sell NFT to make some money, whatever little I knew. Okay.
Right.
So now that Vishal is back, and how, uh, Vishal, what is your expectation? Where are you headed? What are your expectations?
As I said, I stick to my virtues and values of where I started with the Web3 world vis-a-vis NFTs. It was never with the intention of making money. It gave me an opportunity to fulfill a part of my funding process for a film, and I took that. So that continues for me. NFTs is a passion, which I will continue to do. Um, but it has opened a huge amount of uh, a huge new avenue for me and for a lot of people, where they turn around and can follow a blueprint of what I've done, because it's a proof of work.
Yeah.
That alone for me is one of the biggest achievements, because it's given somebody, and mostly aspiring filmmakers, an opportunity to find yet another method of funding their dream project,
And
right?
it's a big one.
And it's a big one.
Yeah.
Now I have to be very clear on.
Oops. He'll come back. Internal time. Yes. But you know what? I need to hear from you guys. Interval time. Yeah, oops. All of you have to participate, guys. Don't make it a monologue. Aisha, why can't you speak? Why are you only chatting? Right. We can see what a conference you are in. You are talking here. Step out of that conference and be with us fully. All right. Yeah, we figure it. I love this conversation. You are somewhere where you're not there, you're here, but we can't see you and hear you. Fantastic. Right. Any thoughts coming in, guys? Questions? Realizations?
Hi, Sonia.
Hey, Pasna. For you.
This is very new to me, but getting a lot to learn
Hmm.
about NFTs.
Hmm.
But I guess there's lots to read and lots to
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because it's like I think it's a drop in the ocean kind of thing, no? Because how much ever you learn, it's very less. So
It's
I
very
think it's a
less.
long process.
Because it's an evolving thing, it's not even something that it's done and dusted. It's all growing right in front of us. People like us are creating it, so it's all happening but were you there for the first session on day 119th? It was a full session on NFT, web3
No, I
by
wasn't there.
Keshav. Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't there.
Okay. So those videos will be up after the festival.
Okay.
uh, so that, and then there was another session, which was around how to make money, and how to preserve your content, by Kimani. That was another session. So watch out for, I mean, those are the ones that we got covered in Malhar, and of course there is a lot more on the internet. um, the future of this kind of a content understanding is that we are going to put in a lot more master classes and a lot more process walkthroughs over the next few months.
Mhm.
So there'll be, like, as you go further, you have more questions, we will keep bringing in different experts who will be able to answer that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. पेट पालना है आयशा, माय गॉड, इतना दर्द लाइफ में। कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाने से पेट पल जाता है? ये कौन सी कॉन्फ्रेंस है, मुझे भी बता दो। आई ऑल्सो वॉन्ट टू अटेंड सच कॉन्फ्रेंसेस। डू दे पे यू टू बी इन द कॉन्फ्रेंस? मैन।
No, it must be like this. Aisha must be doing something. She loves movies.
Yeah. So she's in some movie business conference.
But she wants to be here.
Yeah, she wants to be here. Oh, this is a bad idea. Okay. Mukeshji, how is it for you? Thank you for coming in. Most welcome.
Thank you. I'm little bad. I'm facing a little bad health.
Oh,
So
क्या हुआ?
uh, I'm suffering from a severe spine problem. I'm out of India and I'm hospitalized.
Oh.
And I got a message from you all that I must attend. So today I've somehow made it. I cannot stand also. I cannot sit properly.
Oh.
But I can. I'm hospitalized out of India. But I'm attending. I have given my movie there, Sazaye Zindagi.
Yes.
It is
We have
just a
that.
biopic of mine, biopic of plus fiction. It is my own condition which I've gone through from last so many years.
Mm-hmm.
And it is based on euthanasia, the will to die. So, that's what I am. That's what I've done.
So
And I've come.
everybody has to go and watch Mukeshji's film.
Oh God, thank you. So kind of you. So kind of you. But it is just a biopic come fiction. I've added it with some masala. And yeah, of course, to make it interesting. But my
Yeah.
life is not interesting though now. I've gone through several surgeries and surgeries and surgeries, but it's not getting through. I thought, I was at home related, and I had this my own subject going on in my brain.
Hmm.
And I thought that let's make a movie.
That's very
And
brave of you.
yeah, I shot it, I directed it, I written it on a wheelchair, sitting on a wheelchair. I can't move.
Single-handedly, अकेले किया आपने?
Yeah, I produced, I directed, I wrote, I acted, and there are many actors in me. Ashish Vidyarthi helped me. My Bharat Dabolkar is there. Ashish Vidyarthi is there. There is Praveen Kamte. There is the other actor. The many actors are there. So if you see it, you'll. I think people are loving it. And here in the hospital also, they have seen. I brought a pen drive and they're seeing it and they are appreciating it. So let's see how your people, how your Malhar people like it. I don't know.
Absolutely. Everybody has to watch and leave a comment for Sir to read it
I,
there.
I'll be very pleased, happy. Even
No,
if you don't like it, say it so. If you like it,
absolutely.
say it so. Be frank, so that Sajai Part 2, Sajai Zindagi Part 2 becomes for me
Yeah.
Maza is Zindagi Part 2.
Vimla, the name of the film is Sazae Zindagi.
I wanted to end it with Maza hai Zindagi. The second part should be Maza hai Zindagi.
Absolutely. And it will look at your spirit. Your spirit
Yeah,
is so
I
infectious.
want that. I really want that. I'm coming
Yeah.
back to India in September first week.
Okay.
And yeah, and
You'll be fit and fine. I mean, look at your spirit, sir. You are so amazing. If you
I
hadn't told, nobody could guess it.
yeah. I can
Everybody is wishing you speedy
stand without
recovery and
this.
get well soon, sir.
I can't even stand without this. I need support of a some person and a stick. Both I need
Mm,
to get up, to walk to the loo, and I can't do anything now at the moment
mm.
for a few days. After that, I will dance with you all, man.
Absolutely. You are going to do your own
Let's see
premieres.
how long this 4 years problem will go on. Let me see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It the
yeah.
problem can't be more stubborn than you. You are more stubborn.
And
It has to go.
all my life I've done comedy. Now this time I've done a serious thing. Sada hai zindagi is all about. But people don't believe it. They क्या तेरे को कौन सी सजा है बे? पागल हो गया तू? कौन सी सजा है? तू हंसाते रहता है. लेकिन okay, no problem. Yes,
this is
yes,
this
yes,
is
isn't it?
this is your own comedy on your own life.
Ma- See, my wife is there sitting there. I correct my jokes on my wife also. Then she starts shouting. But now because I'm sick, she's condoning me. Yeah.
So sweet. Absolutely beautiful. We all wish you very, very stable recovery, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much,
Take
everybody.
take extra 2 weeks to recover, but recover stable and strong.
Yeah. I will. Actually, I had not come here to be hospitalized. I became a dada. My son is staying here, and I got a little baby girl for my son. He got a baby girl, and I got hospitalized. So
Oh,
yeah, I didn't. I just my spine gave up again. I thought I'm fit, and because I'll be able to sit, but no, I'm not able to sit, not stand. But okay, I'm joining you. I didn't join you. I'm so sorry I couldn't join so many interesting conversations and classes of yours because I was in hospital.
no, sir. Totally
But I,
understand. And I will make sure that you have all the recordings to your access. आपको जब अच्छा लगे, you watch it.
yeah, Manpreet had helped me out in getting this last. Manpreet had helped
Manmeet.
me.
Yes. Yeah.
Manpreet, I was in touch with Manpreet, but then I'm not in touch with anybody now. I'm so sorry. And please
No
come with
problem.
them. Well,
Yeah.
I'll stop my buck and then you all please continue. I'll
Thank
listen
you
to
for
you.
inspiring us, sir. Very inspiring.
God bless you all. God bless you all.
Thank
God bless
you.
you. Thank you.
Welcome back, Vishal. How is it going?
Good, thank you. Apologies, it's a little embarrassing.
No. In fact, the other way to look at it is that you are joining no matter what, in spite of all the odds. So that's wonderful.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So once again, apologies, and Mukeshji, I wish you a very, very speedy recovery and congratulations on your beautiful grandchild.
Did you hear that? Oh God, you were there?
Yes, I did. Yes,
I
I
thought
did.
I'm
I'm
talking in absence, Vishal.
I'm a sneaky fellow.
Okay. Thank you, Vishal. I'll better listen to you. Okay.
So now when we have anything for Vishal, we should do two hashtags. Interesting guy, sneaky fellow.
Sneaky fellow. Sneaky, interesting guy.
Sneak- We're getting to know Vishal deeper.
Yeah, much deeper.
Much deeper. It's getting dangerous. Okay. So yeah, so Vishal, we totally get it about the way you went about your risk and your inquisitiveness. And that's what we were talking about very gently about what the Web3 world really entails. But since for almost everybody in Malhar, it's a very new, it's almost like everybody's just heard about NFT, because to all the shortlisted filmmakers, the entry pass we gave a free NFT, you know, and the idea was that because of that NFT, the wallet will get created. Once the wallet
Yeah,
gets created, then at least you are there, to do things. So that's what we talked about while you were settling in.
fair enough. Yeah. And I agree with you. I mean, it is a technology which is, it's not the question of if, it's a question of when it's going to kind of take over as a mass movement. Because I strongly believe that it's called Web3 for a reason. It's Internet 3.0. Internet 1 was when the onset of Internet happened. Vis-a-vis the email, the Internet Explorers, all those kind of things. Internet 2.0 is when social media took over, Instagram, Facebook, started with Facebook, etc. And now Internet 3.0 is this. So you can't escape it. And that's why it's very essential. And I absolutely endorse your point of view, Sonia, that one must at least make a wallet,
Hmm.
you know, one must at least make a wallet because at least that gives you a starting point. And
Yeah.
even today, especially in India, you will be in the top 5 to 10% of the people
Yeah.
who will be kind of getting a head start into this.
Absolutely. And it's a huge space, and there are hardly any people in the world. But again, we are not waiting to get crowded. The idea is not
Yeah.
to get crowded. The idea here, at least, guys, let's learn from what mistakes we did in the traditional and in the social media spaces. My
Yeah.
thoughts, and Vishal, please bring in yours. My thoughts is what we did the moment we got internet and social media was we copied. We became a copy of a copy of a copy. Whatever worked for somebody, we sort of did some tweaking to it and we said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Beyond a point, no amount of things can constantly work, right? Then came those whole algorithms. That algorithm will tell you what goes up, who gets pushed up, how much money to put in, even though what your content is unique, but it may not reach your target audience. And I think right now where we all are is everybody agrees that it's a mess, but you got to be there on social media because we also like to reach beyond geographies and locations. So great. So that's one thing. But now what Web3 has gotten created, it's actually been created by people like us, by a bunch of creators, because it has everything that we have been asking for. What is that? Ownership and transparency. As a creator, what do I want? That at least don't take the ownership of my content away, na? Pay me less, pay me more, like it, hate it, whatever, but at least my content should be mine. That don't take it away. That's one thing.
True.
And then it is that, okay, whatever is happening around my content, let it be transparent, right? I mean, from the times of the record labels, where how much of my song is being played, how much it is selling, nobody knows, to even right today, even if it's on Spotify, even if your content is running on YouTube, it's like really what they show you is what we know, right? Which is good from how it was earlier, but it's not transparent, not at all transparent. So Web3 has been created for people who are original, and the original is anyways what is the thing. So I think what Vishal is also trying to say is that get your basics right, create original things, create original content, the story, the acting, the screenplay, all that is going to be big. And then there is a technology which is there to support us. Isn't that, Vishal?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, because everybody, I don't mean to, you've given one side of it, which is
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
but it's a responsibility that you'd look at it from another point of view. And I don't want to be dubbed pessimistic. But one must understand that we as human beings have a tendency of figuring it out how to screw up a thing, right? So, with social media,
Hmm.
right? With the internet in general,
Hmm.
uh, I mean, today we can't think about living without it,
Yeah.
right? There is a great aspect to it. Uh, I think there are more positives to it. Of course, there is an aspect of social media which deals with validation to a certain extent, which deals with people putting the best version of themselves and then kind of getting delusional about it. We all know that.
Yeah.
With Web3, yes, it has been designed in a way in which it is decentralized,
Hmm.
which means that the power and the authority remains with you till you choose it to be, or it goes to the person that you want it to go, right? To, I hope that can be continued. I hope nobody finds a fix on that, because honestly, my biggest attraction towards coming to the Web3 space is the creative freedom of being able to do something and to do it in my terms.
Yeah.
If I choose it, if I choose so, right? I would, there are a lot of people who would love to be collaborated with other people. And I also like doing that. I've done that also. But when I want to do my things my way, and I don't want my financiers or anybody else to give me their point of view on how to do things, that is my biggest reason of having that creative independence as an artist to be there. And I feel that being an artist is one of the god gifts that a few of us get
Yeah.
to independently express ourselves. Now,
Absolutely.
that's the reason I say that look and study the Web3. We as art, I mean, as artists, I think we don't go into the devilish details of the technical aspect of things, because we're not. A lot of us are not wired that way. We don't want to be involved with the science of things. We want to be involved with the art of things, right? But if we can find a way to understand enough, and that's where I feel that that's where I tried to go with this whole aspect of finding the knowledge of enough for the Web3, and then to see how it integrates my art with that knowledge. So I would highly encourage everybody to turn around and study it a little bit,
Hmm.
because there are a lot of possibilities that can come out of it. I mean, look at me. For whatever it's worth, no matter when the film releases, how it does, whatever happens to it, for me, the success of this film is the fact that it got made.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
now I have a lot of producer and director friends who find me in a very enviable position to say, you made a film and you're relaxed. Our
Yeah.
stress continues and becomes threefold once the film is ready. Who
Hmm.
will buy it? How will the people react to it? Great. But just 1 second.
Yeah.
But besides that, this gives you the liberty to actually turn around and be in a place where you're okay, where you made the film at this stage.
Hmm.
Tomorrow, of course, people will have different aspirations, and me too. But
But
I
Vishal,
can,
how come? How come your film is made and you are relaxed?
because for me, the success of this film is that, honestly, the fact that it got made. So I can easily divide it into two parts and two journeys of this film.
Right.
Number one is making this film,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then number two is getting into the process of getting a good broadcaster
Yeah.
and then seeing how that film does.
Hmm.
And number three is hopefully on the back of that film, I get another film. And
Right.
that's the basic journey of most of us as filmmakers. However, I find myself in that position that I'm very, very satisfied today with the fact that the film is made, because it's been made in a very unique way using a new technology.
Yeah.
And that is why, I'm sorry, but I'm blabbering on about, I urge each and every one of you all to explore the Web3 area,
Hmm.
because you never know what it will give you in order to fulfill your dream. Or you can combine it. It's not only that I have to sell NFTs, or I have to choose a crypto funding, or I have to choose a Web3. No, you can have a conventional form of people funding your films. Then you can also use the NFT path. So now it gives you one more area of
One
funding.
more layer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this layer happens at the funding stage. One is to generate the funds. So like since Vishal generated the funds from there, he's not sitting on a debt. You know,
Yeah.
the film is made, but it's not like he has loans. The film is made on his own money. money, it's a pre-funded film, right? So there are no debts. Now he can use his time and focus and attention to grow that audience, to take the film to other places, right? So that's what he means, that he's not stressed about the second part because it's a fresh part. There's no baggage from the first part to the second part. The first part was to get the funds, to get the story, get the cast and crew, all of that. That's done nicely, you know. So if, even if, yeah, I mean, that stress is so big because most of us are in that stress all the time, how to do the second step, how to do the third step.
Yeah, Sonia, you've put it brilliantly. I mean, I know that was the direction you were pushing me with that question, and you've answered it brilliantly. You've understood. But, for me, so what has been my okay, why did people give me money for this film, right? Why did people buy my NFTs? Okay, earlier when they bought my NFTs, there were certain utilities. So the difference between a generic piece of physical art and the NFT art, in my knowledge, for me, is this: that say you buy, you've been lucky enough to buy a Picasso or an MF Hussain 20 years ago, right? Today, like Sonia, you're sitting on multi-millions of dollars, right? So it's from an investment point of view, and it's also from a point of view of aesthetic beauty, right? These are the two basic fundamentals of buying physical art. When it comes to NFTs, it goes a little beyond that, because I would urge everybody to not look at NFTs as art, but I would urge everybody to look at NFTs as a ticket which opens up gates and utilities for various things. So let me explain to you. When I first sold my first NFT, the utilities attached to buying that NFT were as follows. Number one, you're buying a Genesis piece. That means you're buying into an NFT which is come out of the first Indian actor. So that's the first of its kind. So just on an incremental valuation basis, the chances of a Genesis pieces becoming more valuable is always much higher. And that's been proven. Secondly, you get different utilities. For example, for whatever it may be worth, you have an opportunity to do a meet and greet with me. You can come on my set and see how the process of filmmaking is done. While you're on that set, if you're lucky, you can meet other actors and celebrities, right? Whenever I do a live session, right, there's an opportunity that I might get you on. Now, whether we like it, hate it, are indifferent towards it, or absolutely adore it, we cannot deny the fact that social media followers, subscribers is a currency today, right? And thus, by you coming live with me, it gives you that organic growth in your numbers of recognizability. And then it's up to the people if they want to follow you or subscribe to your point of view. So these were the utilities which came with buying my NFT. Now, there were times where I still go out and I do talks. I do motivational talks. I talk about certain things, Q&As, and those tickets became a front row pass to come and attend those events and to do a backstage meet with me. So you see, there's so many utilities. It just doesn't become a piece of investment, and I feel that's where a lot of people are making a mistake by saying that, oh, if I buy your NFT, then when it increases in value, I'll get more money out of it. That's not just it. Beyond that, similarly, for this film, the utilities were these. On top of it, I felt that what resonated with a lot of people, and I knew that was going to happen, is the fact that you get a producer credit in the end scrolls
Mm,
of the film. You don't
beautiful.
actually become the producer financially, but
Yeah.
you get a producer credit. Now, in my 26, 27 years as an actor, my one of my biggest satisfaction comes that at the end of a project, a film or a TV show, my name is there.
Mm.
And you ask any actor, you ask any technician this question, they'll resonate with this. Now, just imagine you buy into an NFT and your name is forever in history, engraved in the first film of its kind. That is immense value. Besides the fact you have an NFT, which is again associated to a first film funded by an NFT. So the valuation of a Genesis piece. Third, I always believe that from a karmic angle, a give back is always there. Earlier, it was a give back to a girl child, a certain proportion of the monies that come in. In this case, I give back to the daily wage workers, the light dadas, the dress dadas, the makeup men, those people who suffered the most in the pandemic. So it was a give back on your name, right? Besides that, it was an invitation to the premiere where you would be treated as a producer, right? you would be put up if you chose to be. If you're a platinum producer or a gold producer in a 5-star hotel, there would be a luxury car which would come to you, pick you up, and get you to the venue. You would walk down the red carpet. There would be interaction with you and the press. It would be all the things that a producer. So you would be actually it for the first time. An NFT didn't just give you a digital transaction. It gave you an opportunity to have a physical experience in real life of what it feels like to be in a film. And one more great utility, according to me, was that if you were so interested, you could come and intern on our film while the shooting and the process of editing. So if you're interested in being a DOP, you can intern with the DOP. You can actually be present on the film and learn a craft. Now, these are my debts, which I paid back.
Wow.
So my debts were not financial. My
Yeah.
debts were this. Now, next time I make an NFT funded film, if I do, I'm going to add an angle that the profits are going to be shared in a certain proportion.
Right.
That's up to me. And
Yeah.
that is the reason why I feel de-stressed, relaxed, and now with full ability to go 100% to the next phase of this program.
That's a masterclass already done. Absolutely.
Can I get your MF stand now, Sonia?
I'll think about it. Let me first find it. All right. So yeah, just for the respect of time, I think what Vishal has said is what I missed, and 100% that there is a difference between NFT and art. And an MF Hussain art hanging in my living room is precious, but that's what it is. Now somebody needs to take that painting to their house for it to be as precious for them. It's not doing anything else for them. Yeah.
I'm just going to add one point, but just
Huh.
imagine the double, triple value when you digitize an MF Hussain
Yeah.
and you put that on the blockchain as an NFT.
Yeah.
Not only do you get the aspect of it from a physical world perspective, but on top of that, you get all the other utilities attached to it.
Yeah. And we as creators have now the power to attach these utilities. You know,
Yes,
like what
very
he
well
said.
said.
You know what does Vishal? So right now, before except the Web3 world, what could Vishal do is create a film and enroll us to be in that film, buy the ticket, watch that film. But right now, with nobody else to be asked from, in his capacity, what he can allow, come to the set, you know, be with me, watch the shooting process, assist, intern, you know, like everything that's in his own capacity, just as much as yours and mine, yours as well as a creator, right? So now is the time when we as creators say that, okay, what is it that we can offer to our prospective followers if they come along with us? What else can we give? What else can we give? All these small little things have so much value, right? I mean, if you have an artist on like a, let's say, a known name on your film, you know, somebody might just want to come and have a cup of coffee with them. Does the artist mind? Most usually not. Why would anybody mind to have a coffee at a suitable time? They would also love to have a conversation with their fans, right? But what it does is it builds a larger circle outside that. So here's the shout out for everybody standing with us right now and hearing this, that the only reason we're promoting Web3, nobody's paying us to promote Web3. Okay, guys, get it. Like, if you have that thought, bring it out. Let me address that. I know it is a thought that everybody has. Why are they saying so much? Web3 is not owned by anybody, so nobody can hire us to promote it, right? The reason that we are promoting it and talking about it so much is because it's cool, because it's nice, it's designed for great stuff, right? And the more of us adopt it, the faster we move, because it's about building a community, right? And right now what I am trying to do here is build this community. Why? Because if I want to do great stuff in Web3, I can't do it alone, no? I need a community. But if all of you are there and all of us come with the same vision that we will have content ownership, we will have transparency, then we are building a very strong community together. We're supporting each other. Yeah. So that's what Vishal has done. I mean, being the first NFT creator is of course a great badge, but he's put himself through it. You know, it could have also backfired, but it's about putting that step. So it's our choice whether we want to wait for 100 years and watch where it goes and then say, okay, it worked for million people, it will work for me. My just candidly saying this is that while it is a decentralized space, but the gatekeepers will come, because giving out so much, everybody having so much freedom is not going to work for a lot of organizations, right? So they will come, they will do what they will do. But it is for us as creators to say that, okay, if this has value, then we stay together. We form a larger force. And the larger we are, the technology is built for it. Good for us. All right. So I guess that's what it is. Unfortunately, Vishal's network is patchy. So probably I'm not sure if he's going to be making in for that. But I'll try and invite him for the closing ceremony again, for everybody to share with him what's pending on the 28th. I'll try. Today seems to be a rough day for him. Any questions on this beautiful session? Anything that you want me to run it by?
Yeah,
Vishal?
Sonia, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Mhm.
Yeah, what I wanted to understand is, where do we start off building our communities?
Right here. So we are, great question. So one thing is, you will realize that we all asked you to join us on Discord, right? Discord is a pathetic looking platform for all of us as visually vibrant people, creators who like colors, fonts, Discord is not built for that. But Discord is designed in a way that it is safer. So it is designed for Web3 community, right? So the first place where you start is by building your community amongst the Malhar people, Vimla, which you're already doing it, right? Which you're already telling people about your film, right? Getting people to talk about it, which is why the winning formula in Malhar includes two things: the audience views of your film, but also your own participation. Why? Because to build a community, you will have to do all of this. You will have to go out, talk to people, be genuine. Don't feel that if there is a star in your film that's going to take it. No, 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 not happening. People are not putting in their money because of any of that, right? So this thing. Now beyond Malhar, what you can do is, like I said, that it's either you have your next film coming in, or you're planning your next piece of content. So start putting a page together, of a landing page together. Start talking about it, that what's so special, why should people come together and support you, why should people pre-fund you, if funding is what a requirement is, or if it or
Sonia,
if
can I
fund.
just button there? Yeah.
Sorry.
So can I just button at that point?
Yeah.
When you say create a landing page, so you mean create a website on Web2?
Yes.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just take up a Web2 whatever normal landing page, right? That page doesn't have to be on Web3, but you need to have, if you create a NFT, that NFT will be on Web3. So what it links you create an NFT. So like at the end of Malhar, whoever wins at Malhar, what we are going to do is, the posters of that film is going to be converted into NFT by us, right? Free of cost. Now you have that NFT poster. Now you go and trade it. Okay? So you have the artwork already sorted with you. You go, and then of course we will help you, we'll guide you, we'll tell you what it can be done, short term, long term, whatever we know, we're going to take care of it in one form or the other of the service. But what it means is that once you have your NFT of the current film, which is at Malhar, then you take it to the market. Now, why we are putting up only the poster?
Where exactly is the market?
Sorry?
Where exactly is the market? How do we reach the market?
So, like we've been saying, that see, OpenSea is one platform, OpenSea.com, which is good old. Like as long however old is Web3, that pretty much is the life of OpenSea. A tried and tested platform. But then there are many NFT platforms also apart from that, right? So like our NFT has been available on OpenSea and also another platform called NFTically. But if you're looking for, like, of course everybody will look for stability and niceness, then just go with OpenSea. Here's the link, OpenSea.io. Sorry, I got the extension wrong. OpenSea.io. Right? For a beginners, let's not take big risk. Use the platform that just works. Right? So OpenSea is the market where you put it. Now, when you get your poster NFT from us, whoever wins, right? You take this, you put it up on OpenSea, and then you can go about, now you can create an NFT of your entire film. If you don't want to go for any other distribution pattern, if you don't want to go for any other theatrical digital distribution, you distribute it here. You know, for to create an NFT, the only rule is that you need to own that thing. It can't be my song in your film that you start selling. Not fair. We're talking about transparency, right? So whatever in your film you own, you can actually segregate it. You can make an NFT of the song, music part. You can make an NFT of the script, of the screenplay, of the dialogues, of the photographs, of the
A character.
character. Absolutely. So that is where we have to start looking at our content to say, okay, out of the entire thing, what is it that we can segregate and people would be interested in it. It's a big guess, but you start somewhere. That's where you start, right? So you're going to get all that material from us by the end of the festival for the ones who win it, and for the other ones, we'll put the material, we'll put it all on the Marha website, right? And then we can look at different ways of engaging with it. We know it's like a lot of information as usual on the internet, so we are happy to provide those services where we can sort of segregate it, make it relevant for you, and help you get to the next level. But you need to start thinking of your content. What is the content going to be? What part of it do you want to monetize? Did that answer well?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much.
All right. Abhinav, you're saying how to be a part of the team. If are you saying Malhar team? Just write to us. Connect at matchmytalent.com. Write to us from there and we'll take it up from there. All right, guys. So we have now, it's a very interesting combination of panel today. Right now we talked about decentralization, keeping things in our control. I want to do things my way, and so how to do that is Web3. Now what we have coming in at 8 o'clock is a damn good lawyer. I actually call her more of a therapist than a lawyer. And the reason I call her that is because one person that I can vouch my name on it is that you don't need to be scared of her as a lawyer. She's so transparent. She's so standing for the creator community that, I'm there behind that, know her for several years. Okay. So what she's going to bring us is the IP rights. She's going to tell us about, not in the Web3, but in the normal traditional physical world, in the court, in our areas, how are our rights protected? What are our rights? Mind you, we don't even know our rights. We are like such content creator loving people that we just keep creating. We don't know what exactly is our right. So that's going to be the first thing that she's going to tell in a creative process who all have a right, which is a legally challengeable right. And then how to protect it, how to monetize it. So that's going to be Radhika for us in half an hour. I'm sure you would have questions for her because you all have made some or the other content piece and you might have had some experiences or challenges. Good to keep it ready. All right. See you all in 30 minutes.
Great. Thank you so much, Sonia. You guys have been putting together some amazing sessions, connecting us to very, very important people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very glad. Yeah. That takes care of all the tiredness to hear that. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Unlucky me, I couldn't join you all. I'm so sorry about that. So
You
many
will
good
not.
sessions.
You'll not be able to join for the next session. It is going to be helpful for you.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best. I'm
Ha.
making it.
Because because as a content creator, I'm sure even though you have so much experience, but our laws are so our laws are not transparent. Most of the time we don't even know what we own. Maybe you do, but maybe not.
Maybe, not maybe. I'm a lawyer myself, actually.
Perfect. So then we can have a very good no, actually that's perfect. So you
I'm not
know it.
good. I'm BA, BCom, LLB, non-practicing.
Non-practicing.
Non-practicing. I don't practice. I don't
Ha.
practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Imam Malini had said once upon a time that शराफत छोड़ दी मैंने बोला वकालत छोड़ दी मैंने वकालत मैंने छोड़ दी and in 90s okay I was practicing but
Wow.
then जब कीड़ा काटता है एक्टिंग का और फिल्म लाइन का तो फिर सब टूट जाता है
When, yeah, absolutely. What he's saying is that when the entertainment bugs catches you,
yeah
then
absolutely
no other bugs is there.
no तो वकालत छोड़ दी मैंने
Good, good. That's a very headache thing. You leave it to people like Radhika. You make comedy, sir.
yeah I'll try to be there today half an hour.
Sure. Jenny is asking, can you tell me how to buy Malhar NFT ticket? Okay, so it's there on a website. Just go to malharfilmfestival.io, and there is a clear button that says NFT ticket. So you can buy the NFT ticket. It will take you to the process. If you're already somebody whose film has been shortlisted at Malhar, you don't need to buy it. We're giving it free. We're taking you through the entire process. If you're a visitor, you can absolutely buy it. And like what Vishal was saying, sorry, I'll take half a minute more. What Vishal was saying was about utilities. So the Malhar NFT also has utilities. So it is not like a paper ticket which will finish after Malhar. So 28th Malhar finishes, all the ticket utility finish. No, so Malhar NFT has a benefit that all the NFT holders will stay invested into Matchma Talent as a company. So when we come out with our own token, which is our own share on the Web3, then everybody who has a Malhar NFT will get the token at a heavily discounted rate. Right? So that's a utility that we have added to our Malhar, because we are spending so much of time and effort to be with you guys. We want to go further with you guys. We don't want to not have you further in our journey. So that is what we've already put at stake there. The second thing, the utility, is that everybody who has a Malhar NFT gets a free access into next Malhar. This year, last year, we have done 2 years of absolutely free Malhar. We may not be able to continue absolutely free things next year, honestly. It's a lot of work, several months of work for us to put together that, right? But if it is not a free Malhar next year, then for you guys who all have been shortlisted, it will be free even then, right? Plus there are a lot of other things that we have added as utilities, so you can go to
I also have that NFT of yours.
You must have, sir. I'll have to check with my team if your NFT has been encashed or not.
I don't I've never I'm not very good at computers. I'm not computer savvy.
No, you don't need to be, sir. They're simple steps, but it's a little. We'll get it done for you if you don't have it.
I don't know. Because I'm totally
New
hospitalized.
in this. Yeah.
Since
No,
so
don't
I'm not
worry, sir.
Yeah.
We'll figure out your film status and the NFT status, and we'll support you either way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as a creator, we will definitely
God
want
bless
you to benefit from that.
God bless you. God.
Thank you. Vladimir is asking, when can we expect the pre-sale? Good question. My fingers crossed. December. November all. Okay, so this is recorded. So it's gone out of my mouth now. Yes. So yeah, December. Putting everything that I have at stake to have the pre-sale out in December. So let's build this community together, guys. The only way we all will grow is when this community brings in, right? So you all as creators, join forces. Let's do it. All right. And here's one last thing. You have a choice to trust or to mistrust. My default is trust. Ask a question. What's yours? If
blind,
it is
blind
but
trust.
Blind trust. Absolutely, sir. My too.
Blind
Right?
faith, blind trust.
That's the only way to be happy.
I trust Sonia Chokshi from today for whatever I do in short films. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Means a lot. Seriously means a lot. Okay. If your default is mistrust, go look from where it is coming from. Our relationship is very new, so it can't be coming from here. You know, it's deeper. Go fix it. Come back to us with a clean heart. We've only got things to create together. All right. So let's take a nice break and see you back in 30 minutes. Isn't it wow? I agree. I love that. Absolutely. Not far. Yes, December it is. All right, guys. See you back in some time. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Well,
Take care, sir.
thank you.
Take care.